What's going on, everybody? Almost Counts Collectibles here, and in today's video we're going to be going through some of the stuff that we recently picked up from a quick Goodwill run from two different Goodwills and the thrift store that actually gave us a large box of free VHS tapes in a previous video. Well, guess what? They let us pick out another box of free new VHS tapes, new to them, that they had just received in a couple big box donations. So we're going to go through and check out all the stuff that we recently got. So I'm going to get a little bit closer and we'll go through the stuff one at a time. All right, now that we're a little bit closer, we're going to go through bag number one. And we didn't get a whole lot from these Goodwill runs. So I'm just going to start pulling some stuff out of here. We did get a few more VHS tapes. We got these, actually we might have needed one of them, but I got these just because the cases are in good shape to replace some that we have that don't have the greatest cases, or some future VHS tapes we might find where the cases are pretty beat up, but the artwork and the tapes are in good shape. So we picked up another Toy Story for 99 cents. All these were 99 cents a piece. We got another Tarzan, once again, because the case is in really good shape. We got a Jungle Book, the 30th anniversary. I don't know if we have the 30th anniversary of this. If we don't, I'll probably just keep it and throw it in the collection. But if we do, I'll use the case because it was in pretty good shape. And then this is the one I think we needed, the Brave Little Toaster. Love this movie, remember it from when I was a child. And I'm pretty sure we don't have this one, and the case was in really good condition. So we picked that up for 99 cents. And we got a DVD, Mr. Peabody and Sherman. The kids really like this movie. And if we were able to find one in good shape, I told them that we would pick it up, and they actually had one. And it was in really good condition, and the DVD was like spotless. So pick that up, it was $2.99. And then I found this, a GameCube game. It was actually thrown in with all of the DVDs. It was priced differently. So this particular Goodwill was a little weird on their prices. It looked like all their video games were $4.99 a piece. They had a few Xbox 360 games, like sports games and stuff like that. One Call of Duty game on Xbox 360, a couple of PS4 games. And all of those were $4.99, but this one was $3.99. So I'm assuming that somebody knew it was not a movie, but yet they still didn't price it the same price as other video games. So I don't know, but this, it's got a sticker that's been ripped off that can be cleaned up. But all in all, it was actually in really good condition. It is complete. The disc is in really good shape. It's got the manual in there with it. So actually scored a GameCube game. Now, this particular game isn't a great game by any means, but it is said to be one of the top 2 best Ninja Turtle games made on the GameCube, and they made a handful of those games. So I'm looking forward to playing it, but another awesome game to add to the collection because, once again, don't have it, and you don't find GameCube games very often out in the wild. So it was really cool to pick that up. And then a couple more items. So I got one of these little, I think they were Burger King, I think is what I determined, but I've been finding these slowly, the Kung Fu Panda figures, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a Tigress. I've got a couple different Poes, had a Shifu, who else do we have up there on the shelf? Let's see, Tai Lung, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have Tigress, so I actually found a Tigress for 99 cents. And then raided the shirt section just to check some stuff out, and they had this pretty neat Back to the Future shirt. It's got a lot of Japanese writing on it. It's got the hoverboard there, 1985, 1955, 2015, 1815. It's got a bunch of the different dates and stuff on there. It's got the car. Thought that was a pretty cool little shirt, so grabbed a shirt. So that's everything that we got from the first Goodwill. So now to bag number 2 from the second Goodwill. Now, these particular Goodwills are like 15 minutes apart, but yet their prices on things are different. Like I said, video games at that other Goodwill are now $4.99 a piece, whereas this particular Goodwill, all their DVDs, all their video games are all $2.99 a piece. But I did find this. This is the 3-movie X-Men collection. in really good shape. All the discs were in there. Of course, you got to always check, but they are spotless. So got the trilogy of the first 3 X-Men movies for $2.99. Picked up Avengers Infinity War for $2.99. The disc was in really good shape. These Marvel DVDs are still kind of pricey. So picked that up to throw in the collection. And then this is the Mystery Machine. So I thought this was really cool. This was $1.99 and it's in pretty good shape. Aside from a tiny bit of paint missing, it's not all beat up. And I didn't know like the year or anything that this was made. I thought potentially it could be like an older one. And, you know, we liked Scooby-Doo growing up, and I'm not really into collecting Scooby-Doo things, but, you know, it's the Mystery Machine. It was $1.99, and I couldn't find a year on it, so I was like, oh, it might even be an older one. Now, I don't think it is. I think this is like, I found a couple things. Oh, it even says it right here, if I would have just looked right there. But yeah, this is what I found when I was looking it up. It looks like the 50th anniversary release. It like opens up a little bit. The top here opens. I think it came with some figures, of course. There was no figures included. But for $1.99, I saw this selling for like 15 to 20 bucks. And it was, you know, it was pretty dinged up. This one's in a lot better shape. So we grabbed this just to kind of, you know, throw in the corner as a little decorative piece. It is the Mystery Machine. And we got that for $1.99. So I don't know what this was new. It was probably like a $20, $30 item, you know, with the figures and everything like that. So for a couple bucks in good shape, even though the figures aren't with it, cool little display piece to add to the collection. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way and we'll check out this box of VHS tapes. All right, so once again, there's a thrift store not too far from where we are that we like to go in every now and then just to see what they have gotten in there that's new. And once again, just like last time, so last time we were in there, we had bought some VHS tapes from them previously, but they had just got in like a tote and a half of VHS tapes, and they really don't, their shelves are full of VHS tapes in the back, and I'm pretty sure they just don't want to mess with them anymore and go through the hassle of, you know, pricing them and checking them out and stocking them and all that stuff. So last time we pretty much took, I want to say we probably took half of the tapes that they had. We got a decent little box full of them because the other ones we just absolutely didn't need and we weren't going to watch. So we left them for somebody else, but they had another 2 large boxes of VHS tapes. And as soon as I opened it to start looking through it, they were like, hey, whatever in there you want, just take, it's yours for free. So I didn't want to take the whole box. For a second, I thought about just grabbing the whole box and we'll go through it at home and just take it. But we're not really like I've said in other videos, we're not like resellers. Like we don't sell stuff actively. I've never really sold anything that I've gotten, even though I have a ton of stuff in the basement that I should sell. So it was just going to ultimately set around the stuff that we didn't want. But there was a few good tapes in there, so I had to snag a few of them. So we're going to check out some of the ones in there that we got for free. They had this minty copy of the Jetsons, the movie. The case is in excellent shape. The VHS tape is in excellent shape. So I had to snag Jetsons, the movie. Then they had the first Fast and the Furious on VHS tape. It's still hard to believe that this was even, you know, it's been that long ago that this came out when VHS tapes were still a thing. But then again, I think they released VHS tapes up until like what, 2004, 2006, something like that, I believe is when the last VHS tapes were around. But I got the first Fast and the Furious on VHS. We got 2001, A Space Odyssey. We got 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I mean, this still has the little tag to rip off on it. Like this is in really mint condition. We got another copy of Coyote Ugly. My wife really wanted to snag that just in case the other one that we do have for some reason had an issue with it. We actually just watched it the other day and it was fine, but she wanted me to grab this one just as a backup, but ours worked great. So That one's just gonna go in a box and get packed away in the basement. We got another copy of Independence Day because we couldn't decide if we had this or not. I was pretty sure we did, and sure enough we do, and it is in really good shape. But got another copy of Independence Day. Got another copy of the Buttercream Gang. I had never heard of this movie before until recently on somebody else's YouTube channel, and this is actually the second one now that we have in the collection. Let's see, we got The Mighty Ducks, the movie. Don't have this one yet. The case is a little filthy, but it is not beat up, it's just dirty. So grabbed that for free. Got The Mighty Ducks. We got Joseph, the King of Dreams. We didn't have a copy of this yet for the collection, so just another one to check off of the list. It's not necessarily that we're like going for every VHS tape ever made, just a lot of the ones that, you know, we want to collect. We got Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas on the clamshell version right here. Didn't have that one yet. We got the Page Master. So this case is really dirty and it is really beat up and cracked. So this will be one that we swap out. We have this on DVD, but we do not have it on VHS. So another one to check off for the collection. Mary-Kate and Ashley, Switching Goals. We couldn't decide. In fact, I'm still going to have to look over there at her collection. I'm not sure if she had this one or not, but she was not going to walk out of there with this without this Mary-Kate and Ashley VHS. So another one of those for my wife's collection. Wild America. I remember this movie from when I was a lot younger. I haven't seen it in forever, so picked this up to add to the collection. It is pretty filthy and dirty. The case isn't that great, but we'll get it cleaned up, probably switch the cases out as long as the VHS is in good shape and it works. And another good movie to add to the collection. This one I was surprised to see. So this is We're Back. I remember when this movie came out. And I haven't seen it since then, I don't think. So I'm looking forward to going back and watching this as well. But another awesome movie to add to the collection. Once again, this is pretty dirty, but we'll get this swapped out and cleaned up. And we're going to check out We're Back here soon because I do want to go back and watch that. All right, got another copy of Toy Story 2. So the case really isn't that bad. It's a little filthy. We already have this in the collection. So I don't know if I've watched Toy Story 2 though, my VHS tape. So I'll make sure that it's working well. If not, possibly this tape can replace it. My case is a lot cleaner than this one, but another one nonetheless, if we need to clean up and use the case for something else, or if we need to replace the tape. We got The Count of Monte Cristo. Awesome movie. If you've never seen this movie, I highly suggest you check it out. Great movie. And the case was in really good shape for an old VHS tape. So grab that to add to the VH collection. Got the demo tape for The Three Ninjas. Thought that was pretty cool. So we grabbed that. Look, it's got a it's got a depiction of like the handheld game on the back. Get a free electronic action game with every 6-piece pre-pack purchase. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We got the Little Drummer Boy. We got the Bernstein Bears. However you say that, I always mess this up. And I've even seen things where this is spelled differently on different merchandise. Like sometimes I think like the E is missing or whatever. And I'm sure I've said it wrong my whole life. I've always said Berenstein Bears, but I'm pretty sure it's just the Bernstein Bears. I don't know. But everybody I hear pronounces this differently, and I do the same thing. And I'm sure they're probably all wrong. But got a copy of a Christmas VHS from that. The Little Drummer Boy, is that the same thing? Did we get two of these? Oh no, they're different. So we grabbed two of these. They're actually different. The Little Drummer Boy VHSs. We got a Fabulous Cartoon Funnies, 6 full hours. We got Woody Woodpecker there, Porky Pig, Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny, just all kinds of cartoons on there. And then my wife grabbed this. It is sealed, so that's probably why she grabbed it. Coyote Summer. I'm not sure exactly what this is about or if I've seen it. She definitely looks familiar. She has acted in other things before. I'm pretty sure that's the girl from Hocus Pocus, the first one. Isn't it? I don't know. Maybe not. She looks just like her. But yeah, got another VHS here of a movie that I don't think I've ever seen, but it is sealed, so I really don't even want to open it to watch it, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, they gave us all these for free. Now, as I was leaving, I was like, hey, you guys have given us a lot of free stuff. So I didn't have much cash on me. I think I had like a $5 bill. So I just donated, gave it to them as a donation. Because I, appreciate them being nice to us and giving us free stuff. But got all this for free. Honestly, it cost me, I think, like $5 because of the donation, but still, that was just to be nice and help them out, but got some really cool stuff. So let me throw it all back here in the shot real quick and we'll wrap this video up. All right, so now we got everything thrown back here. A lot of media, VHS tapes, per usual, but we got some really cool stuff in there. We got the GameCube game that you just don't find very often. We got the 3-film collection of the X-Men. Thought that was pretty cool. We got a Tigress figure to add to our Kung Fu Panda collection up there. Cool Back to the Future shirt. Some really awesome free VHS tapes. I mean, we got the Mighty Ducks, the Jetsons, the Fast and the Furious. And then we got from the other Goodwill, we got the Brave Little Toaster. Some really good cases for other ones to do as replacements. We even got We're Back for free, the Page Master, some really cool stuff. And then we got the cool mystery machine to throw over there as a display as well. And that's everything that we got. So once again, if you're a collector and you like finding stuff out there in the wild, check those thrift stores, okay? You're not always going to find a score, but their inventory changes a lot. You never know what you're going to find in there, especially like depending on location. If you live in a way more populated area, you're probably getting a lot more new stuff in. If you live in a more rural area, maybe not as much, but then again, you don't have as many people going in there, going through it, looking for it. So try your luck, get out there and see what you can find. But that's what we picked up in our latest haul. And until next time, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We will see you next video.